Have you ever been so thirsty that you felt you couldn't take another step? Now imagine being in the desert with no water at all, an entire nation desperate for a drink. What happened next was one of the greatest miracles of God's power, water flowing from a solid rock. The Israelites had been led out of Egypt by God's mighty hand. They had crossed the Red Sea and seen his miracles, but as they journeyed through the wilderness, their faith began to waver. When they arrived at a place called Rephidim, there was no water for the people to drink. The sun was blazing, the children were crying, and the people's throats were dry. Desperation turned into anger, and the Israelites quarreled with Moses, shouting, "Give us water to drink. Why did you bring us out of Egypt to die of thirst?" Imagine the scene, a scorching desert, a frustrated Moses, and people ready to turn on him, their thirst overpowering their faith. In that moment, Moses cried out to the Lord in frustration, "What am I to do with these people? They are ready to stone me." And God answered with a command that seemed impossible, "Go to the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink." Moses wasn't sure if he heard the Lord correctly. Could water really come from a rock? But knowing that the people were on the verge of stoning him, he decided to obey. Picking up his staff, he went to the rock, raised it high, and struck the rock. And suddenly before the eyes of the thirsty crowd, streams of fresh, life-giving water gushed out. Men, women, and children rushed to drink. Their thirst was quenched, and once again, God showed his people that he is their provider. This miracle was not just about water. It was a reminder that even in the driest places, God can bring life. Where there is no way, he makes a way. The rock that had seemed so hard and lifeless became a symbol of God's power to transform the impossible into life-giving reality. The water from the rock reminds us that God is the source of life in every wilderness we face. No matter how dry, hopeless, or impossible your situation seems, God can bring streams out of solid rock. The question is, will you trust him to provide? If you find this interesting, please like, share, subscribe, and drop your comments so we can keep bringing you more interesting and captivating Bible stories like this.